So if you want to take your serve from this going out when you hit hard to this always staying in, then this is going to be the video for you. Hey everyone, my name's Pickleball with Tyler. I'm with Universal Rackets, and in this video, we are going to teach you how to hit a topspin pickleball serve for any level in less than 15 minutes. So make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned, because this is going to be an amazing video. Now, the first thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that your paddle is tilted downward. Once again, if you want to hit a topspin serve, the first thing that you have to do is adjust your paddle face. Many players, when they learn the game of pickleball, their paddle face is open, and that's okay just to get the ball in. But if you want to hit the ball hard and you want the ball to stay in the box, you have to make sure you tilt your paddle downward. Now, all you want is you want the face of your paddle tilted downward. That's going to help you brush the back of the ball during contact. And in order to get topspin, all that it is that you are brushing the back of the ball. Think 12 o'clock here, 6 o'clock here. You're going from 6 to 12, coming up the back of the ball. That's how you're going to create that topspin, and the ball's going to dive in the court. So the first thing that you have to do is adjust your paddle face. The second thing that you have to do is hold the paddle loose. In pickleball, and especially with topspin, to gain control, you have to give up control. The more you let the paddle work for you and the less you work for the paddle, the better it's going to be. In order to hit topspin, you have to allow your paddle to get the back of the ball and really do the work. If I have a locked wrist or if I'm super tight, I'm not going to be able to accelerate my paddle and the ball's going to go out. This is going to be the exact same swing. Ready? I'm holding it loose. Now I'm able to get the back of the ball. Another way that you want to think of it is you want to get less of the ball. You're not going under and forward and through like a normal pickleball serve. You are brushing the back of the ball. You're only getting this much of the ball. When you hit, you're getting less. You're not going through the ball, you're coming up on the back of the ball. Now, the best way to learn the topspin motion, and the number one thing to not do with topspin, is to turn your wrist. A lot of players, they watch all these pickleball videos, they take all these pickleball lessons, and they think, okay, well, I gotta move my wrist to hit topspin. Well, that was a pretty cool serve, but it's not sustainable and you're gonna hurt your wrist. Topspin comes, instead of turning your wrist or turning the key, all you're going to do is you're going to wave. So here is how you learn topspin in less than 30 seconds. All you're going to do is stick your hand straight out and wave to me. Here we are, hello, hello, or wave to your screen. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to tilt your wave to the side, and then you're going to go up and down. Again, straight out, palm forward, tilt your wave to the side, and then wave hello. This is how you do topspin. Notice, I am waxing on, waxing off. I am not turning my wrist and unlocking the door. Now do the exact same thing with the paddle. Straight out, tilt to the side, notice my paddle's tilted down, and do your sideways wave. A great way to learn topspin is literally just start with your paddle here. So start halfway with your wave. You're going to drop the ball, close stance as well, and you're just going to wave up. Again, I'm starting here, paddle down, doing my wave, right? Here to here. Here we are, and then I'm going to finish up. The next thing that you're going to do once you learn the wrist movement is you're going to exaggerate low to high. Not only think 12 o'clock here, 6 o'clock here for the ball, but think 12 o'clock here, 6 o'clock there for your swing path. The more forward you swing, the less topspin you're going to get. The more upward you swing, the less of the ball that you're going to get, and that's why we went over in that prior, and the more topspin you are going to generate. So what you really want to think is you're going low to high. Again, I'm going low to high. I'm starting low and I'm finishing high. Now, the next thing that you want to think is you want to make sure the tip of your paddle is down prior to contact and finishing up after contact. Again, paddle tip is down prior and finishing up after. By having your paddle tip down, look how my paddle tip's down. Think that the paddle tip's weighted. It's automatically falling down, and then it's finishing upward. That's going to help get under the ball. Same thing for close stance as well. I'm getting under the ball. One more time. I'm dropping down, getting under the ball. The best way to do this is think that you're pointing the paddle tip down, or you're allowing the paddle tip to drop, and then when you finish, you're finishing with your paddle tip up. So I'm going to drop it and I'm going to finish up. You need to think that you're lifting. You need to think that you are getting under the ball. You have to lift the ball to create topspin. The next thing that you can do is you can get lower into your back leg. By getting lower into your back leg, that's going to help you get under the ball even more prior, during, and after contact. So make sure you get into your back leg and really explode up. With your legs, now we have the swing path, now it's time to get into our legs, is we're loading and we're exploding. We're loading into the ground, pointing our paddle tip down, dropping our paddle, and then we're exploding upward. Another way that you want to think of it is you want your paddle handle going before the tip of your paddle. You want this, you don't want this. Look, by having my paddle handle in front of my paddle throughout contact, or this is called wrist lag, you're getting below the ball and brushing up on it. How do we do that? It's very simple. You're going to pretend that there's a flashlight coming out the butt cap of your paddle, and you're going to shine your flashlight for as long as you can forward, and then you're going to finish up. Again, you're going to drop it down, point your flashlight, shine your flashlight. Notice the butt cap is staying as forward as I can, keeping my paddle handle in front of the tip of my paddle, and then finishing upward. The last thing that we're going to do in the icing on the cake is that you are going to make a C. If you can think that you're making a C with your swing path, that's going to ensure that you get under and up on the ball. I want you to think when I do a serve, you're going to take your paddle back, top of the C, then you're going to drop it down, curve it a C, notice my butt cap, notice my paddle tip, and then I'm going to finish upward. If you can think that you're making a C when you swing, or a C with a check mark, think of the end, like really finishing up, so we're exaggerating that paddle tip, that is going to help you get the proper topspin and help you get under and brush up on the ball. So again, when I swing, think top of the C, I drop it, bottom of the C. Look at that serve, top of the C, drop it, bottom of the C. Even though it's slow, I can hit the ball deep. Now, if I want to hit the ball fast, top of the C, bottom of the C. Look how low that ball is going to stay into the court. So by making a C, it's going to help you have the proper swing path and brush the back of the ball. Now, I just checked the time, want to make sure, again, we're under 15 minutes. Everyone's saying I'm making too long of pickball videos, so we're staying under 15 minutes, teaching you how to hit topspin in 15 minutes for any age and any level and playing ability. So again, tilting the paddle down, holding the paddle loose, letting the paddle work for us and not working for the paddle, pointing our paddle tip down prior to contact, finishing upward after contact, brushing the back of the ball. Now, the next thing that you need to think about is the more that you accelerate, the more topspin you're going to get. Acceleration equals rotation on the ball. Rotation means it's another word for topspin in this case. In order to hit topspin, you have to make sure you accelerate throughout your serve and you accelerate throughout your shot. If you hit slow or you slow it down just to get the ball in, guess what is going to happen? You're not going to have spin. Now notice this serve. It's not powerful, but it's deep, it's high, and it's a lot of spin, right? See, here we are. There we are. Maybe just a little bit out. In a tournament, they would call it out. But look at that. That serve still has a ton of topspin. But in order to get it high and deep and slow it down with a ton of spin, I'm not going like this. This is where players go wrong. They slow it down and then it goes out because there's no spin. All I'm doing to make it higher and loopier instead of penetrating through the court is, again, I'm just getting up on the ball. I'm really getting maybe like a 64th of the ball. Now, the more you go through the ball and still go up, the more forward the topspin's going to get. So that one, I got a lot more of the ball rather than this one when I'm finishing up. But notice I'm still accelerating. The more you can accelerate or the more aggressive you can do your sideways wave, the more topspin you're going to get and the more aggressive it's going to be. So here we are. I'm trying to do a closed stance because everyone's used to closed stance, but I like doing open stance personally. But that is what you have to do. Now, the last thing that you have to do is you have to make sure you exaggerate your follow through. In order to hit a good shot, you have to follow through throughout your shot. If you can follow through, it's going to ensure that your paddle accelerates more. And if your paddle accelerates, get rotation and you get topspin. So for the follow through, you can think 3 exact things for your brand new topspin serve. You can think elbow facing towards your target. You can think check what time it is on your wrist or see what awesome pickleball carbon wristband, or you can think show the butt cap. So flashlight to flashlight, make a C in elbow, or make a C and butt cap facing forward, or check what time it is. So try every single one and see what works for you. I'm going to point my elbow forward for topspin. I'm going to point the butt cap forward for topspin, or I'm going to check what time it is on my wrist. If you can do those follow throughs, you'll ensure that you have maximum acceleration and you'll ensure that you get more topspin. Now, the last thing is make sure, again, you're really think that you're flicking it. The best serve that you can do, and what's going to unlock your serve potential, is that you're going to really think, when I drop this paddle, I'm dropping it, I'm going slow, and then I'm accelerating fast. If I really feel like the paddle is more of a whip, the paddle is it's literally like a buggy whip when I serve. Here and flick, here and up, here and up. It's going to help me. So one thing that I like to do when I really want to hit a deep topspin lofty serve is I really just think I'm flicking the whip, and look how deep I can get that ball. If you can play with topspin, you're going to push the returners back. They're going to be further back on their fourth shot rather than up at the kitchen. You're going to be able to hit a way bigger serve, deeper serve, get the serve in for a higher percentage chance of time, and you're going to win more pickleball points. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of you guys were leaving comments that I have to make shorter videos, so this is why I made this video on how to instantly get you a topspin serve in less than 15 minutes. Now, I want to see, does this video really help you? Are you able to hit a topspin serve now, or guess what? Do you still need a longer amount of time? Please let me know in the comments below. I value every single one of your feedback. And again, the best way to support this channel is to make sure you share it with your pickleball group chat. It's more better than liking, subscribing. It is sharing with your pickleball group chat and show them how to instantly hit a topspin serve in less than 15 minutes. Have a good one, happy hitting, happy serving, and I will see you guys next time on court.